just a quick piece of information before we begin. When I was setting up to record this video, my usual microphone, the Blue Yeti, wasn't working, and how come? I plugged it in like normal, and this is just like 10 minutes ago. It made sparking noises. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I didn't hear the noises, and the microphone looked like it was working, but it wasn't working. So I'm going to send that back and get that fixed, but for the time being, you will be listening to the little microphone out of my Logitech because I know, not my Logitech, my Turtle Beaches, because I know you wouldn't bear to hear what's coming out of my webcam. Uh, yeah, it ain't gonna make a difference. If anything though, it's gonna make my voice crack a lot. So I apologize for any of that. Roll the intro. Some people just don't learn. They don't. I thought one 15-minute long video would make everything right. I thought people would believe. Turns out there were still doubters. And some other people, like perhaps, I don't know, the person I was trying to expose continued to affirm that he in fact knew the glitch. Oh boy. I'm just going to have everybody, let's go ahead and have one group size session. Like, just, just feel bad. Come on. 15 minutes of just going into this in detail and still say it's real? Come on. Let's be serious. By who, if you don't know that I'm talking about Mr. Moss. The guy with over 35,000 subscribers compared to my lonely 1,130. This is actually the first video I made since surpassing 1,000 subscribers, other than my congratulatory thank you video, which don't forget that the contest is still going on until March 31st. If you want to enter that, I'll put a link in the description on more information for that. Now, why would I be making this video again, you ask? After I got called things like, I don't know, a hater. Haters gonna hate. Ugly. I accept it. I don't care. You suck. I don't care. People say I suck. Donald Trump supporter. Make America great again. I don't know. I voted. Actually, I didn't vote, but because circumstances, but I would have voted for him. But enough of that. I'm going to make this video because I want the world to be real. Don't lie if you're not going to say that it's a lie. Come on now. We need some honesty here. We don't need clickbait. Clickbait is terrible. Honestly, if I saw clickbait I see clickbait all the time, then it's miserable. Let's go ahead and be honest when we need to be honest. I know that that's how some people make money and that's how some people make a living. But if you're going to sit back and you're going to lie to everybody after people ask you time and time and time again, that ain't right. It needs to come to light. You need to investigate it. I don't care how many more times I'm going to get called ugly, how many more times I get called a hater, how many more times I get called I support Donald Trump. Because I don't care. Because it's probably all true. I don't know. But back to where we were. I'm back because apparently more proof is needed. People were asking me, what about the sliders? Well, what about kicking sliders? What about this slider? Or not even sliders, like, what about kick power? What about this? I was like, sliders, editing the clock, cropping the clock out, whatever. Well, there was a new video posted where he went ahead and he came forth and he said a few things like, yes, I did make the other team slower just to emphasize the effect. But that wasn't all. He still affirmed that he's not editing anything in the video other than the game itself, to where he made the 150 speed glitch. That way he can run all over the defense and do whatever he wants. But it's still fake. I'm going to prove it again. This time with more evidence. Specifically, the evidence that he told us to look at himself, and that would be the clock. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go back into Sony Vegas. No, with no fancy project files or whatever, but just with his video and a timer. Now let's look at the clock. Alright guys, so just like last time, we are back in Sony Vegas, and as you can see, I have two videos up here. This is from his most recent video when he used the flash. Got, well, he... Alright guys, we're back in Vegas just like we were last time, but there's going to be no crazy effects showing right here. Actually, it's just going to be a quick thing looking at one thing that he would probably agree at too. The clock. Look at the clock. What I have here is two clips. I have one with the flash on the field, two when the flash is not on the field. When the flash is on field, this is specifically when the flash is running with the ball. When the ball, he is the carrier. He has the ball and he's running. This right here is a clip from, I'm pretty sure when he may be on defense or whatnot, but that's not the point. What I'm going here to show you is that the video is actually sped up. If you didn't think, it's sped up. The clock's clearly visible, and I noticed it when the first time I was watching it. I was like, that's a second is not a second. Let's go ahead and prove that right here. This little black thing that you're seeing in the middle, that is a timer. That is counting the seconds and milliseconds. So in other words, when I click this to the right one, I get 0.017. That is 17 milliseconds. So what I'm going to show you is that a second isn't quite a second when the flash is on the field. This is specifically when you're saying, look at the clock. And let's look at the clock, shall we? Very close in detail. Okay, so I'm going to show you is, I'm going to start this right whenever the second changes. So right here, you can see that the game clock is 1 minute 30 seconds, and when I click to the right, 17 milliseconds passes by, and it goes to 1 minute 29 seconds. So let's keep clicking, and let's see how long it takes for it to click to 128. Alright, we're about half a second through, and... ooh, 128. So now you're telling me that a second is 800 milliseconds? I don't think that's right. Maybe, might be the game, video games aren't perfect. They don't count seconds perfect. So, let me go ahead and change to where the flash isn't on the field, and let's see if a second is also not a second. Okay. And, okay, 325, 324. We have 0.033, 33 milliseconds. So let's see how long it takes for it to advance a second. If it's correct, it should be 0.833. And we are at 0.833, and guess what? We are still at 3 minutes 24 seconds. Keep going. Oh, would you look at that? Exactly 1 second later, this is 59.94 frames a second, so that's why you're not 1.033. It's not exact because you do have a bit of, it's not perfect timing, but I'm pretty sure anybody would accept 1,000th of a second difference in this case. And we can actually keep going. I believe this goes on. So 2.033 would be if it kept going. Up. And I think that the clock actually changed. I think. Okay. So the play must have ended right here. But nonetheless, as you can see, that a second is not a second. And what did I do? I did just exactly what I was told to do. Look at the clock. Boy, when you look at the clock, who knows the wonders you can find. Let's go ahead and try that again. Let's remember, 0.17. And the changes at... Keep going. Oh, my bad. Okay, 0.817. In other words, you're telling me second is 800 milliseconds. No, 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 because did it again here. So all I'm gonna have to say is game over. That's it. Nothing else. Unless you really want to add the clock. I mean, how long it would be, how it would take to take this 324, especially when you get a touchdown. You can go and actually have it. Let's see. I don't think I have it. Do I? I have to extend this clip. Okay, there we go. The only thing would be is okay, is if you edited the clock and you made it go like normal. If you made a second count as a second. Well, what you would have to do is you would have to make the Chiefs score a touchdown for it to look realistic, and you would simply from this line right here to this line right there, you would replace it with your edited timer for it to be whatever time you want, and that way when they score a touchdown and this effect comes over it, it doesn't look like it's been pasted in anyway. So the clock actually wasn't edited, and that is another fatal flaw. So just by looking at the video from seeing that it is clearly obviously sped up, and then noticing again, key term, a second is not a second when the flash is on the field. So going by that as well as this, I mean, that's it. Nothing else that can be said. So with all that being said, my long discussion in Vegas, I can conclude that saying that that second is an actual second is about as real as saying that I have a girlfriend. And if you know me, saying that would right now would be a clear lie. Trust me. You've probably seen it in all my videos. It would be a lie. Think about that. So, after all that saying, what do I want to say? Case closed, done. Whatever I could say, let's see if I can find my sunglasses. Nope, I don't have sunglasses, but I have these. So, let's go ahead and say it again. Busted. And I can't see, and this is not as intimidating as it was last time. Not even memeable. What a shame. What a shame. And also covering one last topic, he claims that because he is a retired pro player, he knows the glitches ins and outs of Madden. Well, if you are a pro player, you probably know some glitches and exploits and whatever, but then you'll find that it would soon quickly be patched or something or fixed. He is a former retired, in his words, Madden player, which means that he probably isn't professional in 17. So when he was playing in the back of days, let's say 13 and 25 and 15, for example, those game engines are completely different, especially if you're going from 13 to 25. Those engines are different. So the odds of there being one glitch that you can exploit in every single Madden game to do the exact same thing and have it not patched year after year is bogus. I'm not going to diss the fact that I'm not going to say that he's not a retired player. I believe that 100%, and I believe that he can give me a good game. My greatest achievement was beating the number one player in NCAA 13, but I'm not going to say that I can beat anyone, but I'm alright. And that concludes it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were brought to light if you were even more in doubt. Whenever I went into Sony Vegas, if you wanted to actually test for yourself, I'm using Sony Vegas for 13, but I'll include the project files that I used to do it. I won't include his video, however, because I don't want to be distributing his content without his permission. So I'm going to give you instructions on how to obtain it, but I'm not going to be, giving out the content myself for, of course, legal purposes. The link to with the package with all the instructions and whatnot will be on my website. Added on to the original folder that I used for the first video. Uh, don't forget, like I said beforehand, my contest ending March 31st. You can check out a video that I'll probably be annotating somewhere on more information for that or in the description below. Don't forget, subscribe for more awesome tech educational whatnot. I don't know. Uh, so remember, make Madden great again. I don't know what to say. Yep. Roll the outro.